Yo, what is up, Twitch? Is this thing on? Check, check. Mic, what? 1, 2. My mic is really loud. I'm bringing that bad boy down. Saban, can you talk to it?
Danny.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were muted, or I thought
No,
I didn't have your audio.
I'm just silent in the night, you know.
Silent in the night.
Except it's
Starting
clearly
the New
daytime,
Year's off
but
silently.
silent but deadly.
Well, now we're the podcast about farts. Welcome, everybody, to the Odd Man Out, episode 2 of the podcast. I'm your host, Danny, joined today with my amazing other host. Is it other host? I'm calling you another host.
Yeah, other host. I like that.
Yeah, it's better than co-host because it means like you're the other guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just Saban. Saban, how is your New Year's treating you?
Oh, man. New year, same to me, and honestly, I'm loving it so far. Yeah, no, we're kicking it off. We've been making content. I've been spending time with family, as one does, but how about you?
Good, good. How's the fam? Are they all doing good?
The fam are the fam, yes. Some good, some crazy, but ultimately it's family, right?
Family is family. Same here, man. Yeah. Rein it in. I was excited to start posting because we have now been posting for 2 whole days on the Odd Man Out YouTube channel, and we've already broken 2,000 views. Good stuff, Saban. It's almost like you know what you're talking about, dude.
I don't know. Sometimes we're onto something.
Sometimes. Yo, shout out Casey Thompson on LinkedIn. Happy New Year's, Casey. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. How's it going, Casey? How are you doing on your New Year's? But yeah, gang. So it's 2023, but before we can get into everything that's new, we have to kill everything that's fucking old. So me and Saban literally 5 minutes ago came up with what we're doing today on today's episode. So I'm going to let Saban take it from here. Saban, what are we going to do today on the podcast? The second episode, mind you. So we got a high bar to hold up here.
Right? This one has to be twice as interesting as our super duper interesting first episode, which if you didn't listen to after this, you should listen to because there's no chronological order needed to enjoy our content, which is perfect. But what we're doing today, oh my gosh, what we're doing today is we're going to be looking at some of our favorite videos from 2022 and beyond. And we're going to go over it, right, Danny?
Yes. Yeah, right? Was that the right answer? Yes, you get a gold star. Absolutely correct. Yeah, I was like, Sabe, you know what? Better year to just plug all of our own shit than at the end and the start of the new year. So I was like, yo, find like 5 links to your favorite things. Well, I just said find links. Saban being the overachiever found 5 of his favorite things that we've done this year. And some of our least favorite things. So yeah, I'm going to pull up Saban's first link. We're going to watch it because I wanted to show you guys it's a tweet? You want the tweet. That's the right one? Sweet. So because we are in an audio visual experience, if you're listening right now on Spotify, guess what? If you click open the app right now, you can watch all of the samples live that we're showing you guys. And for our people that are just on LinkedIn and Twitch right now, you get to watch it. Let's switch scenes, Saban. This is the debut of the Odd Man Out in review scene. Let's
really
go.
Hoping it goes well.
Cross your fingers.
See it. I'm crossing them. Let's see.
And we're in it, baby. We're in it. All right, this is it.
Oh, yeah.
Saban, it's a Take Flight tweet as the very first in review.
Yeah, it is a very, very shameless plug. I don't even know what the team is. I've never heard of them.
Never heard of it. Couldn't tell from the hat, the blanket. I have a hoodie in my closet of Take Flight. But for everybody who doesn't know, which is everybody, because nobody gives a shit about us, Saban, what is Take Flight? Like the Spark Notes, what is Take Flight?
Take Flight's an experience brought to you through esports, owned by myself and run by myself. We play a lot of video games, some Counter-Strike, some Super Smash Bros. And we just make some good content, all of it edited by yours truly. This is a banger one, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're editing. You're doing all of the editing for your gaming org.
Yeah, and also a lot of the clips are from matches that I live stream and commentated, but not to like...
So Saban is a shoutcaster, org owner, editing extraordinaire. Yeah, that's a pretty good way of putting it. You're the owner of an esports organization. So
Yeah.
when we talk to you guys about anything esports, it's like, oh man, these guys are just talking shit again about the industry. Saban owns an org, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we won an esports event on LAN, so we've got some street cred. Okay.
right. You guys have street cred. You guys
Yeah.
have graphics and branding. It looks great. But
Thank you.
anywho, for the audio listener, what we're going to be doing today for this episode, which is to Saban's earlier point, you don't have to watch these in order. Today we will be reviewing content. So if you're on your phone listening to us in the car, you won't be able to see the visuals. But if you're at home and not driving, I encourage you to open the app, click it open, and boom, our video is there. Because we're going to showcase with our new and improved overlay, Saban's Take Flight. He's going to explain what it is. It's a video. This is one of your favorites, I'm guessing?
Yeah, this is a video that we did to hype off our playoffs run. For we made it to playoffs for our recent
Nice.
counter season. We placed 8th out of 52 teams, I believe. So pretty happy about that. But this was our playoffs hype video to show off all of our awesome
Damn.
players.
Dude, so you guys placed 8th. Before I play the video, people are going to be wondering, how long have you been doing Take Flight? And what is like kind of like a brief, like, what do you do as an owner? Like, what the hell is your job?
Yeah, so Take Flight started a little, probably going on 2 years now. Yeah, and pretty much it's just run by me. I have a few friends who help out here and there, but yeah, I go around. I pick up really talented players who aren't being given opportunities by larger organizations yet, and I'm like, hey, I could help you reach that. And I have actually helped a few players achieve contracts already, which is super exciting. And it makes a lot more players want to work with me. So yeah, and I make bangers like this, which most teams don't do. One of our players says that the hype that I bring, I don't know, it's something
It's
different.
top notch. It's top notch.
It
And
is.
when you
Yeah.
edit these social clips, like, I want you to do the little GIF of you in the flag, like dancing on people, because like that just
Oh,
has to go in there. So that's just for
yo.
the clipping later. But yeah, so let's get into it, guys. Saban is the owner. What is what I'm gonna roll this for the audience. What should they be on the lookout for? Why is this one of your favorite things you've made?
I have a little cool opening thing, kind of showing off what all of our, or a little hype of what of all of our players are good at. I think that there's a lot of different effects. I think the color correction's on point, and I think it's not too long, but it gets to showcase a lot of really good clips.
Amazing. All right. Well, without further ado, here is the Take Flight video.
Presents in there. Trying to find the timing, you're trying to find the advantage. It doesn't matter. Graves is in with 2.
How big out there from Graves
Like, as she's popping off the main thing or something.
is up there. Unfortunately misses the shot.
There we go.
Will Kumar be able to secure the third kill? He's still on.
Oh man, I mean, they gotta know Umar's there now.
Oh no, Umar hit the shot.
He hit the shot though!
Damage. 1, 2 goes Sans. 3, the 4th is the 4K in the round. Denying even Matt Wolfie as well. It looks to be a perfect round here from Take Flight.
He's going for a fucking ninja. And he got it! Oh my
Dude,
Classic playoff site.
the classic playoff hype. The first thing that immediately stuck out to me was literally, if you couldn't hear it, there might be a recognizable voice in the shout saying, "No way, he hit the shot." That's you.
Yeah, yes, that is me. That is
Yeah.
me shouting most of the video.
That is so. Like, did you cast over top of that, like, or did you were recording that live?
That was all live, baby. Yeah, that was all live, all natural.
You did that all live over top of the stream?
Yeah, yeah, no, that's why the players like me because I keep it interesting on the live stream.
Right, right. Dude, that's incredible. I didn't know you were a shoutcaster. What's that
Like,
like?
being a shoutcaster is interesting. I feel like as long as you have baseline knowledge and you can like just shout, you can be pretty good at it. Yeah, I'm like mediocre at Counter Strike, and I'm top 15 caster in the league, hands down, out of
Top
like
50.
a million. Okay, so
You're like one of those people. It's like, yeah, I don't have a college degree in botany, but I'm really good at plants, and I will beat any botanist out there. You just called people out.
just my professional opinion that I'm a very good caster. Okay.
I think, dude, I'd give you top 15. Easy, top 15.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that transition is sick. Dude, that is sick. Best podcast out there and best
Oh
host.
my
Okay,
gosh.
TKN. Oh my gosh.
Premium diesel from
We're getting
TKM.
gassed up. Sabin, so the graphics, everything you said that you loved about that video, I think showcased throughout the entire thing. What really stands out besides you casting, to me, is just the effort that like an organization puts into showcasing the players. Which like what I've been noticing from esports orgs, again, I watch like a lot of Overwatch League. The videos that I'm seeing are all like Blender models, right? With like the player names, but very rarely am I seeing any actual like footage.
Right? It's a lot of showing off the brand stuff rather than showing off the actual people a lot of the times.
You're talking about for the pro scene.
Yeah, for the pro scene, which I
Because
think
I
is
was
a
gonna
missed
say that doesn't seem to
opportunity.
be the case for your video. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, we've got like a little branding thing in our like right side, but it's on a loop that it turns off for most of it, and it's on for like 5 seconds every 30 seconds or something like that. But besides that, yeah, it's all to hype up the players. Ideally, they also use the clips themselves, right? I think that'd be sick, and some of them do, which is always a benefit.
yeah, for sure. No, I love that. Like that's like when I was working in the scene, it was the same way. Like we showed more gameplay than the players. Because like two reasons, right? Like one, the gameplay to me is like what the fans come out for because they want a winning team. But two, because I knew like deep down that we traded players every like year. So like there was no point in me building like towards player loyalty, knowing that if I built X player as high as I could, they would just leave. So like I had like
Exactly.
a whole different meta layer going on. But like that's why I like the gameplay videos, right? Because they showcase the skill. You were able to brand that like flight wise. Everybody knows what it's for. But the player also is going to get like a natural boost because that's their
Yeah.
clip. And you put their handles in it.
Yeah, that's another thing. Try to plug the player as much as possible as well.
That's great advice. Actually, that brings me to a good point. Like I'm trying to do this more while we stream, so it makes it easier when we do our videos. We're posting all the time, guys, on YouTube Shorts. So if you're not following
check it
Odd
out.
Man Out Studio on YouTube, please go drop us a subscribe. That's like our main channel outside of Twitch. But yeah, go drop a subscribe. So what I was gonna say, Sib, was like, what are your top 3 tips for making a a video for an esports org, but specifically about like the play like a player based video. So like I don't care about like sponsors, money, none of that matters. Like in your ideal world, what are the top 3 things to do when you're making a video like this?
Yeah, for sure. I think what's really important is that you're showcasing the players enough. They're the main focus, obviously. So I like to showcase them playing and their gameplay and what they're best at. Like our one player, Umar, he's one of the best snipers in our league. So most of his clips revolved around the sniper because that's kind of his his brand a little bit, right? And I think it's really important as well. Like I tried to, as much as possible, use everybody equally. And some of the clips weren't on like some of the clips were really insane, and then some of the clips were a little average. And it's because certain players I just don't get as many really awesome clips of, right? So you got to make do with what you can get, but you also have to try to be showcasing everybody in the best light possible. That's what you should be doing, is trying to get everybody an equal amount of promotion.
Amazing 3 tips, and you crashed right in time. Like you finished your tips and then your video just went away. Totally fine.
What my tips went through?
What's that? You're gonna have to reset your Discord, which is totally fine. So Saban's gonna pop out. I'm gonna solo this. While Saban does that, it's fine, because what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna roll into the next piece of content. We can clip it. That's a perfect. There's Saban. I see him. Oh my gosh, he's back. That was so fast.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
pretty efficient with it.
You're super efficient. Okay. Well, I was telling the audience, like, you actually cut out at the perfect time, because we got Saban's 3 quick tips. That was 60 seconds with Saban. Brought to you by Saban. Saban, I'm branding you. How does that feel?
That feels weird, bro. This is a whole new level now.
It's like all meta. So yeah, I told him, I was like, yeah, we got the 3 tips. And we're rolling along. So while you were broken up, I was like, I'm gonna pull up another video. Any last thoughts about that video that we just saw? We're now in our 2-cam scene. I'm gonna pull up one of our Overwatch League videos. But any like closing thoughts for like a Take Flight video, players, being an owner, that like somebody who's listening right now probably needs to hear about any of those?
Treat everybody with respect. Make sure that they're all good with the videos. Every time before I upload these videos, I send it to the players, and I'm always like, hey, do you guys think this looks cool enough? And then normally they approve it, and I tag them in it. But yeah, try to keep everybody involved. That's what makes a team the best part, in my opinion, is I try to make all of us like friends, you know? That's what's a cool part about it. Having a group of people with the same goals, same aspirations, and good vibes.
I love it. Good vibes and building each other up. That's freaking amazing. All right, let's shift our scenes here. We're going back into the review mode. Let's hit it.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah. This is, one thing about me, I don't know if even Saban knows this. I don't like watching my old stuff back. Like, I do. The only reason I do is to be like, wow, you were shit. And like, that's it. I'm like, damn, dude, like I would have done it so differently. But this video, for our audio listeners, again, you can watch the VOD. We will play the whole clip. But if not, you just hit that skip forward 15 seconds button a few times, and we'll be right back to the podcast. This video is the Atlanta Reign 2020 roster reveal. So this is Overwatch League Year 2, if I'm not mistaken. And my job as for that year was to concept this. So basically, watch it. The idea is that this should be really familiar. Like, you guys should be watching the scenes and hearing the lines and be like, wait, this sounds really freaking familiar. But yeah, let's get into it. I hate watching my own crap. This is going to be weird.
Same here, man. This will be fun.
Okay, good. It's like torture.
This thing still working? Hey guys, I know you can't hear me right now. Part of the journey is the end. Just so you know, being here in Atlanta with zero promise of the team reuniting is more fun than it sounds. Internet shut off 3 days ago. Electric goes out tomorrow, and that'll be it. When it shuts off, I'll fall off the grid. Let it rain.
The Shock did exactly what they said they were going to do. They wiped out 100% of the competition.
We lost, all of us. We lost matches. We lost teammates. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the season of our lives.
We're gonna win, Fried.
I know we will. Because if we don't, I don't know what we'll do.
That was
Hello, is
crazy.
anybody inside? This is Steven. We met last season.
Is this a recording?
Kodak, I know you remember that name.
No, it's the front gate.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
I got everybody with the blooper reel, not the blooper reel, but the extended edition. They were like
credit, dude.
the end
Oh my
credit,
God.
and then all of the graphics are really like all of that text is real. But let me kick it out of this scene.
Dude, that was fucking spicy. Okay?
Spicy, dude. We used to
That was
do.
spicy.
Yeah, in the Overwatch League, like we used to do like roster reveals were like the like AAA production, like that is what the teams did. So like
Right.
we only did like real footage, like it was not about gameplay, like it was all about just footage. So this video that we just watched, if it seemed familiar, it's because it is a literal shot for shot of the Avengers Endgame trailer. Like down to the frame. So like when you're watching it, it's line by line. I've swapped every individual line of Tony Stark giving the Avengers Endgame trailer. That was the script. So I literally shot for shot just spun it for esports.
You're a menace. That's
right.
Actually so funny.
Because like I was,
it looked so good though. It worked so well.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, like nobody at that time, they were all doing like, oh, we're introducing, you know, this player and then some gameplay footage. And I was like, oh, okay, well, everybody's doing that. And none of these players sent me gameplay footage. So I was like, now I don't have anything. So that's what I came up. That's what me and Jay actually came up with, because Jay was really into Marvel. So we were like, dude, we love Marvel. Like, we kind of aspire to be that. So, like, the first thing, we were just like, let's do that. Let's just try to make it. And, yeah, that took 2 days of shooting and, like, 3 weeks of, like, post. And all the post was myself, which was, I edited that. That was, like, back in my editing roots.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude. Crazy, crazy freaking times.
Yeah, players suck at sending footage.
They didn't send footage.
Agree.
They didn't send footage, but I think like the harder part was like when you do a production like this, like you had to go out and location scout and then like set a schedule and do a like storyboard. So like I knew roughly I would need each player for how many hours. So like me and Jay literally brought, like, we Ubered every player to the location and they were all pissed to be there because like they're not actors. And they're like, Danny, why do we have to film this 5 times over? Right? Like, they didn't understand. I'm like, no, dude, like, this is film. Like, this is what you do. And they couldn't grasp because we didn't shoot it in order. Because, like, when you storyboard things, like, you shoot all of the scenes that you have in one room, like, all in one go. So, like, in the opening scene where there's Dogman at the computer, we also put Masa in that room. Like, we use that room 4 times over in a row, so then you can send the player home so they don't complain. Because they would. They'd just be like...
They don't understand.
Right. So yeah, I mean, that was, like, the biggest hurdle was, like the players not grasping it until they saw the final product. They're like, that was neat, but, like, it wasn't in the order we shot it. I'm like, yeah, that's called video production. But yeah, that was a good time. That's probably one of my favorite videos because like I don't make stuff like that anymore. Because everybody's monetary budgets are cut and slashed, and I don't know. Like I feel like the Overwatch League now is just a lot of Blender, which is cool. Maybe that's what people like to watch, but like I personally would like to see more of like the players, or some sort of story. I don't know. That's just my hot take. Maybe I'm washed and I should just move out of the. No input.
Esports boomer.
I'm an esports boomer, dude. I'm an esports boomer. All right, Sabin. Second piece of the day. I have the links that you sent me. Which one do you want me to get into?
Oh man. The Rocket League introduction's a pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm like, that's a banger. That's a banger. Again, anybody listening to the audio experience, we are a multi-sensory experience. It's the visual audio Marvel Cinematic Universe of the fucking podcast world. If you're watching right now on Spotify, guess what? You can open the app, click it open, boom, you're going to see exactly me and Saban and what we're seeing. Unless you're driving, don't drive and
Don't do
listen
it
and
then.
watch. Just listen. All right, cool. We're switching scenes. Let's go. I just feel like, yeah,
this
I
is
just...
fun.
Yeah, I like this because now we have multiple scenes. Like people are like, "Oh shit, now I gotta watch." Because like, guys, you don't
Switch it
know,
up.
you guys don't even know that there's been like dogs and cats walking by. Like Saban has not seen them either because he doesn't see it until after I post it. All right. Without further ado, again, if you're listening, we are now showing a video. This is the introducing Take Flight Rocket League team. Saban, let's get into what was this video. And why are we watching it, dude?
Yeah, we had a Rocket League team, rest in peace, Take Flight Rocket League. Yeah, I decided to make a really cool video. I learned a modding program for Rocket League to do cinematics. And then I also learned how to record demos, and then I made this. And then with the mod, you're also able to change in-game camera settings and like the FPS and the focus, and there's a lot that you can do, needless to say. So I made this little introduction introducing our 3 players.
All right, without further ado, introducing Take Flight Rocket League.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, that was sick.
Thank you.
Look,
Thank
Saban,
you.
it's your face.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you have the dirt stash and everything, dude. Let's go. I love it. Dude, that was fire. That was like, so you said that was in engine, or not in engine, but in the software that you
Yeah.
recorded it through?
Yeah, a lot of there was like post-production glow and obviously a lot of the effects added, but a lot of the stuff could be done in-game, which was super cool. Like after you add all these mods and stuff.
So when you're making a video like this, my question would be like, what is the loose process of going about this, right? Like what is if somebody you only have 60 seconds with this person and they were like, Saban, I want to make this. What is the process?
Get the clips together, put the clips in on Rocket League and just record the normal video of your gameplay clip. After that, you're gonna install Box Mod, which is the best. Okay. After that, you're gonna learn Box Mod, it's super easy once you learn the basics of it, and then you're probably just gonna mess around with the shaders a little bit, and then you're gonna learn how to do keyframing, which if you're an editor like myself, keyframing's the easiest thing possible. It's what I do in all my free time. You keyframe the movement of the camera in Rocket League, and it'll auto move for you. So your shaky hands like me, you don't even have to worry about it. And yeah, and then from there, just learn how to edit, and then you can make a banger montage with all of that.
Just learn how to edit is the advice that you just slapped on people. I just want you to know that. You're like, yeah, just do all of this and then learn how to edit.
I think that's gonna be a good short. I think that's the
That's
greatest
why I
way to
asked
end
you.
it.
That's another 60 seconds with Save, dude. That's what I'm
Honestly, yeah,
talking
watch
about.
the rest of our podcast and you'll learn how to fucking do the rest.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean the only reason, like, I don't mean to like throw you on the spot. One, I know you know it, so I'm like, oh, Saban could recite this in his sleep. But I think like what's more important is like again, like you didn't overthink it. You were just like, okay, cool. Like you were just solving problem after problem. You're like, okay, first thing I need is footage. How do I get the footage, right? And then you're like, okay, this is how I get footage. So that's where like most people kind of fall. I used to suffer from that. I'm like, shit, I don't have like a storyboard or any of that. And I feel like you really don't need it every time.
Yeah, no, they're like, I'm gonna send you demos so that you can record those. And I was like, okay, well, I have to. What's a demo? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. And then they're like, yeah, just use box mod. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna learn this program. And then it was fucking flawless from there.
Right. And it's just like, okay, I got a problem. I'm going to Google it. And then boom, I solve the problem. I'm on to the next thing. That's why content is easy. Yes, chat, box mod is what Saban said. Again, the awesome part of our podcast is if you guys ever have questions, you can always like hit us up on Twitter at Odd Man Out Studio, DM us anytime. We're not just here to talk out of our asses. We actually know how to help people.
Most
most of the time. And if not, we'll Google it.
Yeah,
we're
right?
really good at Googling. But yeah, dude, that video is like one of my favorites of yours too. I say that for like every one of your videos. But like my favorite part of that, like a video like that, is that you were like, I didn't know how to freaking do it. And then you did throw together a montage that seemed like somebody who had known how to do it.
Yeah, no, when they saw it, they were like, damn, this looks really good. And I was like, whew.
Woo!
I don't even know what they're supposed to look like.
I get my
That's a good
paycheck.
sign. I get myself paycheck.
Amazing. Let me switch scenes 1 sec.
Good
But yes,
Rocket
dude.
League, great game to invest in for any esports listeners.
Rocket League. Why do you say that? I want to know, as I look for our next thing, I want to know why.
It's cheap to invest in, tons of viewers, very niche and unique scene that you'll get that audience, and a lot of the leagues are very public, so they'll live stream them. You can get clips pretty easily. So if you can find a decent team, South America, really good place to look for a Rocket League team. There's my advice. Esports tip of the stream. South America Rocket League.
Yes.
Oh,
I love
man.
the look, guys, insider knowledge. So we've been talking about all good stuff. All right? We've been talking about all good stuff. And I want to talk about a really cool fucking project that Saban and I got to work on. Not going to name the outline of the deal, how we ended up with this client, but we got to work with Tim the Tatman. Saban edited for Tim the Tatman, and I'm not gonna show the names of the it doesn't really matter because it's all branded. But basically, I wanted to show this because one, if you watch it from the outside, it's a great video. It's a phenomenal video. Oop. It's great. It's actually very well produced. Saban did a great job editing it, but we disagreed with every single note given to us. So like this was again through a very interesting circumstance. This was one of our clients for Odd Man Out, and we got to work with Tim the Tatman. So I wanted to show it because I hate showing my stuff, so I wanted to show another Saban video. Classic. And because this was one of the ones where I thought me and Saban were gonna just quit. This was like, yeah. So let's give it a watch. It's a great video though. It's with Tim the Tatman. I hope you guys like it because it is really good.
Last year, I used the power of AT&T 5G to stream from 3 incredible locations from across the country.
Let's go!
We had so much fun. We're doing it again, starting with a special guest at AT&T Stadium, followed by streams in Atlanta and LA at the College Football Playoff National Championship. It's all happening over fast, reliable, and secure AT&T 5G. Be sure to watch live on Monday, November 7th.
So, one, I fucked up because I played the new one. That's the new one. But I literally have never seen that video, and they used freaking 50% of your footage.
Yeah, they did.
That was 50% of your fucking cut, dude.
Dude, because I was watching that, I was like, this song doesn't sound right. But
Yeah,
then
the
some
song
of the
was
footage
different.
looked right, and I was like, I don't know.
So
That's so funny.
we just witnessed a murder on the timeline live on the Odd Man Out podcast. Let me see if I can find the correct one. So that, my friends, is called when you do contract work for people, they can take everything you give them and change it however they want.
And they do it a lot.
They do it a lot, but that was not what I thought it was going. Wait, what? 1 month ago. Oh, damn. So this would be 2021. So we did it in 2021.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
there's his
wild,
there's the broadcast.
The bald man, Tim.
I think
It was fun working for him though. On the editing side, while there were a lot of cringe notes, it was really interesting to like see him behind the camera. He was really chill with his manager. So like just from like the call you could hear, which was really cool.
Yeah,
Seems like a
yeah.
genuine dude, which is always nice to see from creators because some of them are a little iffy, you know?
Well, I can't find hours, which makes sense because it was like older. But that was 50% of Sabe's stuff, and we witnessed it live. That was cool. That was really
Yeah, most of the IRL footage was just the stuff that we made.
yeah.
But
So that was interesting. Like that's what I really wanted to touch on was like an episode we're going to dig deeper into later this year is like interesting clients, right? But I
Yes.
brought that one up because again, like that was one of those that was like literally one of our big like first client, not first, but like they were like one of our bigger clients where I was like, Sabin, like this takes more hours. Like this will take us a lot more time. And we're like, yeah, whatever, we can do this. It took a lot of time. And this was the client where I was like, is this the shit I want to do? Because Sabin, I don't know if you remember, like my biggest note to you was like always like at the end of the day, the client gets what they want.
Yep.
And like me and Sabin every time we're like, hey Sab, like here are the notes. And Sabin's instinct was like, why? Like that's not good. Like that's just not a good note. Because they're missing like things that we were like, hey, the gamers would like this, or the downloads would like people would go if we added this, and they basically cut everything that we thought would work. But yeah, it was like, but it was an eye-opening like experience for us because that was the moment where I was like, hey, this is actually agency work, right? Like you're not always gonna get your dream client, and I think the key takeaway from that client was like, yo, like they paid well. But do we really like how much is it worth your sanity?
Yeah.
Right? And like Sab and I were like, hey, like we've talked several times because like this we could go and probably like do more stuff like this. But I was like, Sab, what do you think? He's like, if we can avoid it, can we not? And that's like a key thing. Like if you're trying to be like a content creator doing your own thing, like the freedom comes in that you get to pick what you're doing. But that involves leaving money on the table. And, like, I've told Sab, I'm like, that's a couple grand every month that we could, like, just get. But we're not willing, in my opinion, to, like, not sacrifice our sanity.
At least not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, until we have more staff and, like, people to, like, kind of help. But, like, you have to balance it. It's like, is that client worth the one, the money? Two, how many hours did it take you? And three, like, are they going to make you question everything you know about content? And that was one where I was like, you know what? I didn't question anything I knew. It really just validated what I knew was right. But I was like, dude, we just got to do it. Like, you just have to suck it up. Sometimes you have to make things you don't like because it is a job.
I think that's the client that most opened me up to the thought process of like, don't get attached to everything you're working on. Because unless it's like a personal project, ultimately it doesn't really matter what you think of it. You think it's the worst thing ever, and as long as the client likes it, then you did a good job.
Yes. So at the end of the day, guys, remember, it's all about like objective. Like, are you trying to make, like, if this is your livelihood and you're trying to make a living at it, like, the customer is always right. You're going to have to put aside your creative differences, make those racks, man. Stack those racks. And then it doesn't matter. You could take off. You don't have to take another client like it. Just collect those paychecks. But if you're in it for the creative endeavor, just know that options are on the table. And you get to pick, man. That's what's cool about the creator economy, in my opinion, is that you get to choose what work you want to do, and you can leave what you don't want to do. And that's what 2023 is going to be all about, man. It's going to be Sabin, what are you excited for? We're going to wrap the podcast here, guys. We're going to end it with what we're excited about for 2023. And I want you guys, the audience, if you're listening right now, drop us a follow. Make sure you rate the show for us. That's super helpful. And yeah, we appreciate anybody who's listening, anybody who's watching, of course. Sabin, what is your 2023? What are you looking forward to? What are your goals? What are we doing in 2023?
Man, goals are to work on some physical health, make some good videos that I'm actually proud of, and find some consistent clients who I enjoy working for.
Hell yeah,
How
dude.
about you?
Those are awesome goals. Not physical health, but I'm going mental health. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna try it. I've been raw dogging
Equally
life.
as important.
Hell yeah, dude. So we'll see how that goes. Goal number 2 is to hit more than 10 episodes on Spotify, because that is the breaking point. Most creators can't break 10 episodes on Spotify. So we're not going to be just nobodies.
We're 1/5 of the way there, dude. 20%.
I'm forcing it. I know. I'm like, dude, we're going to hit 10 episodes if I'm like in a hospital bed with a respirator. I'll be out here wheezing episodes.
COVID episode.
Yeah, COVID edition. Shoot, dude, we're going to get shadow banned for saying it. Great job, Steve.
Demonetized.
Demonetized. Shit. Well, we're not partnered anyway. But yeah, so that 10 podcast episodes, and I just want to see somebody who has watched us and then has gone and then like beat us on views somewhere else. Like, that's how I know I made it, because like I'll have somebody watch it and be like, yo, I learned this thing and then I did it and now I'm viral, and I'm like, oh well, I'm fucking jealous. But good for you. So yeah, if you're a success story, guys, come back to the Odd Man Out podcast. Tell us tell us if what we're saying is right, or tell us if what we're saying is fucking wrong, so I can stop being an idiot.
I would love to be smarter. Yeah.
Yeah. So
but I'm already the smartest. That's what.
You are already the exactly. I mean, it's not a competition. You know, it's right. Your shirt says what? Yeah.
I like gaming.
I like gaming. His shirt, for the audio listener, says I like gaming on it, and there's something else written at the bottom, but you can't see it. Okay. Anywho, before I make him blush anymore, guys, thank you for coming back to the second episode of the Odd Man Out podcast. I am your host at Danny B Social, joined with my co-host, other host is what we're calling him, at Just Sabin on Twitter. Sabin, thank you for joining me and entertaining me. As always, you're a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me as well as always. You're a pleasure.
Yeah, it's not like we're just going to be in Discord after we hit the ending stream and like go back to talking shit. All right. That's been it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow on all the platforms, and we will see you later.
Bye.